Okay. All right. Well, good afternoon and welcome to your Let's Make Something. Yay! Today, we are going to be making continuous line creatures inspired by the lovely Eleanor. Thank you very much, Eleanor, for being my inspiration, my niece Eleanor. And of course, Sam too. He's always very helpful. So there's a practice in mindful art that's it's breath drawing, and breath drawing connects your pencil or pen and your breath and the page. And we're going to start with breath drawing and then kind of see what comes out of that, and then we'll move on to some other different ways to make these continuous line creatures get even more creative and imaginative. So what I'll have you do to start with is you're just going to take your pen or pencil and place it off to the side. So you're not going to have anything in your hands. Okay, so putting off to the side, but you can know where it is. So I know that my pen is right next to the page. And then you can put your hands either on the table if you feel like it, or you can put them in your lap. We're just going to close our eyes. And you can roll through your neck and shoulders, trying to invoke all of your creative energy. And then you're gonna listen for your breath as you inhale. So listening for the sound of the breath as it comes in through the nose, either out through the mouth or the nose. Listening for the sound of the breath. And of course, there are all other kind of sounds that are happening around you. And you can just kind of let those sounds move to the back or the periphery, just outside of where you're paying attention. And we'll pay attention to the breath, feeling the inhale and exhale. So our feet are heavy and our arms are heavy. And then I want you to notice when you're inhaling, how your chest and your shoulders rise up, and as you exhale, how your chest and your shoulders get a little bit softer. So even without really meaning to, we're always moving. We'll inhale, feel the breath, notice the rise and fall of the body, and exhale, soften. So here's the challenging part. I'm going to have you pick up your pen or pencil that you put off to the side with your eyes closed. And then you're going to put that pen, just the tip, right on the page. And we're going to inhale. Notice the rise and movement of the body, and exhale. And then see if you can match that breath as you inhale and allow the pen to just drift across the page and exhale. So we'll keep the tip of the pen or pencil on the page as you inhale, and just notice how the breath kind of carries the pen or pencil across the page. So we're going to take 3 more breaths. We're not really trying to create anything or make a picture out of the mind. You're just letting your pen drift across. Another inhale and exhale. Maybe get a little bit different movement. And a last inhale and exhale. And go ahead and just place your pen off to the side. You can blink your eyes open and look at the squiggle that you made. So we all will have made some kind of fun squiggle here, this continuous line. So this was our breath drawing. And I'm going to kind of look at my drawing here and noticing, oh, if I turn it this way, I'm kind of seeing some rabbit ears. That's pretty fun because I have a rabbit. And so I kind of like to see rabbits and everything. So I might imagine that right here are my rabbit ears. And right here, I'm starting to see a nose and maybe where some eyes would be, or maybe a body. So I'm going to work within this line drawing that I created with my breath. And let's see, maybe I'll add some pink for the ears. And it doesn't have to totally fill up. So you can kind of get fun and creative inside your line drawing. So here I have my bunny ears. And let's see, what other colors do I have? I've got orange And I think I'm going to give my bunny a little orange where its nose might be. Let's see, what else do we have? We've got, oh, I've got maybe some place for the eyes. So I'm going to put eyes. Little cartoon eyes, one there, and maybe one over there. And he's trying to look, oh, kind of looks a little cross-eyed. Kind of look, he's looking over at something. Let's see, what else could I do? I might give him a little bit more color in his ears. Maybe he's got something he's looking at in the corner. Maybe he's looking at some grass that he wants to eat. So I'm going to put some grass right over there. That's a pretty simple drawing, but you can start to see how I've made a creature out of this continuous line. I'm going to put this one down, and I'm going to show you one that I did earlier. So here's one that I did earlier, and by earlier I mean like 5 minutes ago. And this one I thought this looked like a woman, and I kind of thought it looked like my sister with her blonde hair. And then I was listening to music, and so I thought maybe this woman was carrying some music notes on her back. So there we go. We've got a couple of different continuous line drawings. So I'm going to go through it one more time. The first step was that we had a short meditation where we had our eyes closed. Our eyes were closed. And then we listened to our breath. Listened to breath. After we listened to our breath, we noticed how our shoulders and our body starts to move. Notice body movement. And with our eyes closed, we picked up the pen and did a breath drawing. And I counted 5 breaths. If you wanted to, oh, it looks backwards. Might have to do that again. If you wanted to, you could do 10 breaths. You could keep going. And so we're going to add on. So that was the first one that we did. We're going to add on and see if we can't get a little bit crazier. So I've got some water. And if you didn't bring water and a paintbrush with you today, that's okay. You can always go back. So I've got some water, and I'm going to inhale and exhale. So I'm drawing with my water. It's a little bit different because I have to keep filling my brush up with water. So these might be disconnected a little bit. And if I had watercolor paper, it will hold the water a little bit better than just regular drawing paper. I've got my water. And then I'll take one of my markers and just kind of let the marker drift, catching some of the water. And this usually works a little bit better if you have darker colors. So you might start to see here that the water and the marker are coming together, making these fun drippy lines. You want to do a little bit more water. You want to add some more color. So I've got one more blue here that might look nice coming in. This is a little even more abstract, or without form. That's usually what abstract means, is without form. Then our first drawing. So after I've played with this one a little bit longer, and of course, if you're still working on that first one, go right ahead. We're just getting some more creative ideas of how to make these continuous line creatures. Maybe I want to bring a little bit more color in. And this one would have to dry for a minute or so. Well, we do the same thing, how look at it and see, maybe you're starting to see a scene. Let's see, what could be happening here? We've got, maybe there's a sun happening up in the corner. So I might draw some rays coming out from this sun. Oh, let's see, what else can I see here? Oh, I'm starting to see kind of a whale. So this is sort of like looking up at the clouds and creating, or now it's looked much more fishy, which my husband would love. Anything having to do with fish. So kind of looking up at the clouds and creating your own image from what's happening, or your own story from what's happening in this continuous line or breath drawing. Great. Well, so those were 2 ways that we did our breath drawing. So go ahead and maybe you're ready to start a new one. So I'm going to end the tutorial part, and I'm looking forward to seeing what you all have made. Okay. So I'm going to unmute, and if you want to show me what you made, that would be great. Elle, what'd you do?
I did this for the first one. I'm not done with the second one.
Can you tell me what's happening?
I kind of did like a rabbit, kind of saw it, and then like maybe like another kind of animal with ears, and then I did a duck, kind of like.
Oh, a duck! That's cool. Nice. Do you want to show me the other one that you're working on? Did I go fast?
Maybe a little.
A little too fast. Okay.
Maybe.
That looks really neat, though. I like how it's starting to get all wavy. Sam, did you do any?
Yeah.
Can I see Sam?
Did a cat.
Oh, meow. Hey, cat.
And
Awesome.
I did this other like man thing. I don't know what it is.
Ooh. Oh, I kind of see it. It kind of looks, to me, it kind of looks like Iron Man. I don't know why. He looks like a little Iron Man almost.
Yeah.
Cool. Thanks for sharing. Let's see, I'm going to go back. Let's see if I can't get. Let's see if I can't get Pam, get you on here. You might have to, if you want to show the.
So how do I start?
So if you want to turn your.
How do I start my video?
It should be at the bottom. Oh, there you go. Yay. Cool. Hi.
Hi. So here's my second one first, because you'll see that sometimes I follow directions in a different way. And it's going to drip a little bit, but maybe that adds to it.
Oh, of course.
But it sort of came out. Can you see? She's sort of like a well-meaning person. So then I give her. She's got a. Over here in my colored pencils, she has a wand, and she's going to grant us all a wish.
That's exactly what it looks like to me.
So that's the one with.
That's great.
And so then the other one is, I didn't get very far with it, but
Yeah.
I think it goes like this. The way I see it, it goes like this.
Nice.
And it was kind of like a lotus flower with something trying to, I don't know, there's that energy in front of it that was a little bit, maybe chaotic, but maybe that's just life, you know?
See, This
The
is why
movement
it's an
and
artistic
life.
practice. This is why it's an artistic practice for everyone. I love this practice. That's a really cool. Thank you.
Yes.
Awesome. So
Thank
I'm going to,
you.
yeah. So hopefully you can do a couple more or go back. I like to go back. I've done a bunch of these and I like to go back, like this one, of course, and just kind of play with, and it doesn't have to be making it into a creature, of course. That's just fun. But I love to go back and you might see, here, I'll show you. I love filling in like the little spaces and just getting,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
yeah, and just making it even more abstract. Another really fun way to do this is to reverse it. So you'd be on like black paper and then do white. So then it kind of looks, it's already all filled in. And that's a really fun one to do too.
Oh, yeah. I don't know if I have any black paper, but I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thank you. Thanks for joining. I'm going to turn the recording off right now. Thank you all for joining. And I'm going to post this on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. So if you want to go back and look at how I did it, I'm going to have to figure out how to write the instructions down so that they're not backwards. So thank you so much. Cool. Pam, hopefully I'll see you soon.